Hello, this is foodoffensive.com's weekly video update. I wanted to bring about a pressing matter here, as I've talked about last week in the video from the 1st of October, talking about some GMO issues that have arisen, and just seems like there are just so many things going on with GMOs right now, and the big topic of discussion seems to be the whole Whole Foods market GMO scandal that's going on, and it happened last week, and I wanted to cover it this week before we get too far into it here. But basically, a group called Organic Spies went in and filmed in the store talking about GMOs and the fact that Whole Foods sells foods that are genetically modified, which would go against what anyone would think to be found at Whole Foods. And Whole Foods, of course, is running, running on they ran a blog to talk about trying to do running damage control over it. And I wanted to just kind of look at that real quick and then follow up with some subsequent videos. You'll find those uploaded shortly after this one. But I wanted to kind of give you an overview of what's going on if you haven't seen it yet. Basically, this group called Organic Spies, you can see their video, their website here. I'm navigating it. They shot a video inside Whole Foods talking to various Whole Foods employees and kind of pointing out the fact, too, that none of the staff there knew really a definitive answer possibly concerning GMOs or what's in their store. And so, of course, that caused Whole Foods to come back on the defensive and put out on their blog, kind of not really in the open, but kind of on the blog for anyone that you'd have to know to go there or follow their blog, which I don't. But just basically talking about how they're trying to keep all 70,000 team members up to speed on the latest information, so on and so forth. You can see the blog here on the screen if you're watching the video version of this. But basically, there's one thing I wanted to point out, and it says, some products in our stores do contain GMOs, just like any other food store in the country, due to the pervasiveness of GMOs. And we need to do a better job of making sure our team members understand this so they can provide customers with the facts. And that's great if that's what they're really wanting to do. And I do like the fact that they point out that GMOs are pervasive and that they have infiltrated a lot of our food supply, and that's a big problem. But the issue here is the fact that, and this is Kashi, I covered a video concerning the Kashi scandal too, concerning their use of the term natural and their products containing GMOs, and they had to get on the defensive also. But the problem is when you trust these companies that you think you're going to go into a Whole Foods and get foods that are not genetically modified at the very least, not even necessarily fully organic, but at least that they're not genetically modified. When you see some of these videos and clips that I have from various places, some special reports Infowars.com did, and so on and so forth, you can see, for instance, the side of one of their stores that says nothing artificial ever, or something to that effect. That's a problem, because there are artificial ingredients that would be genetically modified foods. If that's not artificial, I don't know what is. Now, when you say artificial, it could be artificial flavoring, things like that, but you can't get anything worse than GMOs, and for them to admit, like I said, at least they're admitting that they have genetically modified foods in their stores. But the problem is, when you think of Whole Foods, you don't think of the fact or the danger of getting genetically modified foods when you go there. But the fact of the matter is, and this is all through all of this whole thing that has come out, it's brought people's awareness about, and of course they have gone through and tried to take all the videos that they could down of that this Organic Spies shot in the stores. And at least they came out with this blog entry. I will give them that, but they run the gamut here, and you can see kind of pointing out all the things they've done good for good for our food supply concerning GMOs, what they've done to try to avoid them, so on and so forth, and talking about their promise to customers to educate their members, that they've put some GMO information centers in their stores. I can't wait to see those. I do want to see those. Talking about how supposedly people have said that they don't support Proposition 37. They're saying they do. They don't give money to anything political, they say, but this is the big thing where it comes in is really open. This whole thing has opened up a can of worms on them, because there's record of their own CEOs giving money, maybe not necessarily as a company, but giving money quite possibly in a way to support GMOs. So that's quite counterproductive, and I want to look at some of those videos that go into it in detail further about possibly them colluding with Monsanto and so on and so forth. I mean, I understand in the past that maybe if someone is ignorant and they don't know what's going on and they've made mistakes in the past, then that's fine. Let's come up and let's fess up about it right now and continue on and say, you know what, we didn't know fully about GMOs, or we didn't know fully what we were getting into before when we sat down with Monsanto, but that's not being done yet. And you can see, if you look at their blog, I mean, you can see the comments. Everyone's commenting, and there's a few people that said, thank you, I was going to boycott you, but now you've kind of explained yourself here. Well, partially because they really do a good job of laying out the good things that they've done concerning GMOs, and I commend them for that. But what people don't know is the other background information that's not even addressed, because obviously why would you want to bring that up if someone doesn't know about it already? So you can look at these comments, and there's more, I would say more against them still than for them, because there are things that maybe somebody else doesn't know about. So that's kind of what's going on with this. And obviously I shop there some because it's a high quality ingredient. I know that I did know that most of it wasn't genetically modified. I know better than to just buy something without looking at it first, just because it's in that store. I know to look at something first to see what's in it. But obviously you don't always have time to do that. You just expect it to be in that store, to have non-genetically modified foods in that store. And that's why it's important to look for the USDA organic label, look for the non-GMO verified logo on there. But like I said, you can see all the comments, see all the things going on with what people are saying, and kind of the anger that's going on with people. And obviously, it's very expensive to shop there. There's a Bloomberg article I have here that talks about their profits just skyrocketing from people seeking more and more organic foods, and that's great. That shows that people are waking up, that hopefully the work that I've done here this almost going on almost a year now, this is the 10th month already that I've been doing this, hopefully that things have been, that people have been awoken to some of the things that are going on. And with a company that makes millions in profit every year, they need to maybe put a little bit more in effort into avoiding GMOs. And they list, like I said on their blog, they list here all of the different things that they have done to make sure there's non-GMO items on the shelves, that they've supported Prop 37, they've supported the initiative Measure 522 in Washington State, and so on and so forth. They haven't given money to that as a company, as a company policy, and that's fine. That's their money. They can do what they want to do. This is a free society, and I'm all for them making a lot of money as capitalists. That's great. That's wonderful, and that's one of the things that makes this country great. But you're making that much money in profits. Let's do what we can to really. They could really have a chance here to really, redeem themselves through this and really go the opposite direction than they have in the past, and really make a difference here. And so not just saying that they want to support Prop 37 with word and with advertisement, that's great. Of course, all the people that shop at their stores, they can see that, but maybe putting some money towards it. Or, hey, let's just stop putting money towards the other side. Stop giving money to through lobbying and other things in support of GMOs. Let's at least stop that. They may say, their defense is, oh, it's not the company doing it. Well, when your top people are doing it, what does that say about everything else? So it's important that you follow the money, just like all the rest of this. So it's very important to do that and follow the money as always. And I'm going to be coming out with a couple of those special reports that, obviously they can do a lot better than me, and I just want to post them and get the word out, and you'll be seeing those shortly after this one. So tune in for those. Until next time, this has been foodoffensive.com, coming at you from the front lines of our food supply. Thank you for joining me.